Hello and welcome to all. This is the second episode of Live in My Dreams podcast. And in this podcast, we share inspiring stories of women entrepreneurs who have showed the courage and commitment to make it big. Today, we have with us Mrs. Bharti Maheshwari, the founder of IRA, Indian Rural Artisans. IRA is born out of Bharti ma'am's passion to preserve and cherish Indian handicrafts and handloom. And her vision is to bring these these art pieces into every single Indian home. With this vision, she has diversified from garments into home furnishings, and not just in India, she's been instrumental in bringing these handicrafts all across many countries. She has also done personal styling for many senior leaders. She loves to call herself unapologetically Indian. Join us on this journey as we speak to her and listen to the world of IRA and how she created it. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. So, ma'am, let's set the ball rolling. Please tell us, what is your first exposure to Indian textiles and how did you fall in love with this space of fashion design?
This, exposure of my textile began at a very early age. I was exposed to textile because of my mother, who is very enthusiastic about her saris, and till now she only wears only handloom. And we are four sisters, so you can imagine the conversation we have with textile and jewelry. And when in those days, I vividly remember that my mother used to buy saris from the different weavers. They used to come with their collection or bundle of the clothes and explain it to them, and this is the shopping experience what they used to get. All her friends and my aunt will gather in the house, and he will open the whole potli, and all the ladies are going to have interaction. Why this color, and why, what is the motive, significance, and the border and all that. So unknowingly, it was unconscious that I absorbed all the information, and it was very beautiful atmosphere.
And was it immediately then that you decided that this is what you want to do? You want to become a fashion designer?
No, I never thought that I am going to be in this space ever. Okay, I was just I did my bachelor's in commerce from Delhi University, and it happened that one of my friends, she wanted to pick up the application from NIF Delhi, from House, and I accompanied her, and I saw that. As soon as I entered the college, it was so beautiful. I said, okay, I want to be in this space, which is creative. And I think that moment I decided that I have to be in this college. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I manifested the whole journey, and I got into it. And that's how my creative journey started.
So it was your calling in a way. It spoke to you and you couldn't stop yourself.
Yes.
Lovely story, ma'am. And then when you joined NIFT, immediately after that, did you decide to start IRA straight away, or how did the journey go from there?
So I started working in Export House. That was a very, and I was very happy. It was a good learning, but I was not happy, there. And that same time, I got married, and then I never pursued any creative field for 10 to 12 years actually. So I changed my career in between, but it never happened for 10 to 12 years.
Oh my goodness. Actually, it takes a lot of courage to come back to something like this, which you have left for 10, 12 years. So very excited to know that part of the journey also.
Yes. So what happened, the creative era started only when we moved back from, the whole, I moved to US, and the whole life just continued. I had 2 kids, and we moved to US. I did my Montessori teacher training, I was teaching in a school, and I decided to move back to India. We decided to move back, and with the intention, for my intention was to definitely come back and open a Montessori school. I brought all the materials and everything, but that never happened. Um, Good for, I think that's a good that it never happened. And in those, in that meanwhile, I was designing and buying things for my sister who were in London and Singapore. And one day my sister said, all my friends and everybody likes whatever I'm wearing, why don't you come and showcase one exhibition in Singapore and see how it works. So we had my first exhibition, or to say, to start the whole, whether I'm going to continue or not, I did that. And it was very interesting and beautiful, very good success I got. 80% of my inventory was sold out. And this gave me a courage that, this can be a business. And I wanted to continue. And this, I think that is the platform I gave. That is the platform I got, and where I came back and I started Aira with the intention to continue with my journey.
Ma'am, I have to say, selling off 80% of your inventory in your very first show just goes to say what an intuitive feel you have of the customer. I know big companies with massive supply chain capabilities also cannot achieve this. So kudos to you on that. Curious to know what happened after the Singapore event. Like, did it go on outside India for a long time?
So, soon after the success that we gained from the initial exhibition, I was really proud of myself. Maybe the inventory, when I'm saying 80%, might be that I don't have that much, I have not taken much, but whatever I've taken, I was very happy. And I started continuing the whole, we did 2 exhibitions in a year in Singapore for 8 to 9 years continuously. And in between, I got an opportunity to showcase my product in Paris. And, the whole experience, it was such a nice to see, people interacting, or the texture and feeling the textile of India. It's a very proud feeling. I really love that whole communication when you're talking and explaining how Indian weaves are, how different the state works, and every individual weave is very different from each other. So I love the whole experience, and I continued till now. I think I'm still, in that process.
Amazing. And after this, I'm also given to understand that you've done some very interesting work with individual people trying to bring out their individual styles. So
Yes.
please speak to us a little bit about that.
So, though I was, I'm doing this, and I'm fortunate to have good friends, and the one who are in a good corporate world. And whenever they have a big event, or if they are going for a meeting in, say, any abroad, and they wanted to showcase their Indian style in a Western clothing. So I designed, or I advised and designed their clothing in ikat, botanical print, khadi, linen, jamdanis. So, which I love doing it, and we continued. I love to, come up with these kind of Indian textile in a modern way, and they are happy, and I'm happy.
Wow. These are such beautiful names. They are so artistic. I just feel like I should know more about them. And what a beautiful story, guys, of taking our Indian handicraft and our rich culture into international boardrooms. That is, I think, the real story of Aira and of Mrs. Bharti Maheshwari.
Yeah, I think, we have such a vast culture and tradition, and I feel one life is not good enough for me to explore so much we have to offer to the world. And I am blessed, whatever. It's a learning process. I'm still in the continuous process of learning, and I hope I can learn as much as I can, or I can expose to myself with the craft which we have in India.
Ma'am, your passion is infectious. I have to say that. Absolutely. Ma'am, so after all the exhibitions that we just spoke about over the 8, 9 years, how was it? Did you consider exploring the Indian market, and how did they react to your offerings?
Yeah, so Indian market is a very recent endeavor. I'm trying after COVID. I realized that I have to uh, explore Indian domestic market also. And though we did 3, 4 collection, capsule collection, to understand how is the response, and the response is quite encouraging. And we are planning to come up with ready to wear garments soon. You need a team, when you want to do something finished garment. So I'm trying to build up a team. Right now, I'm just one women army, and and I'm sure we are going to see some more interesting things in 6 to 7 months.
Super excited, ma'am. Can you give us a little trailer of what are the kind of products we will be expecting to see in the next few months?
So we are planning to do, in natural yarns only. It'll be linen, jamdanis, cotton, mull, chanderis, and those kind of thing. That's the plan. Which I love these textile. That is why I have to incorporate somehow in my next collection. And let's see what happens.
Very interesting, ma'am. Are you also doing home furnishings?
So you know what? I think in when the COVID hit, we just did a lot of. We have to make sure that the weavers are engaged, right? So we did home furnishings those time, and my whole concept or my whole intention is to make sure that every household should have one handloom or craft in their house. If you don't want to wear, it's okay, have a napkin or a cushion cover, or the basic towel. Try to have a textile in your house, incorporate, and I think that's a joy you should be proud of, since you are India.
What a beautiful vision you have, ma'am. And now I understand what you mean by unapologetically Indian.
Yes, I am. You can see the whole house is like a lot of Indian things in my
Every
house.
piece is beautiful, ma'am, I have to say.
Thank you.
Since we are talking about textiles in general, I cannot skip. I mean, there's one word that's going around all the time: sustainability. So
Yeah.
I have to hear your take on that. What do you have to say about sustainability?
Certainly, sustainability is a very important part when we are talking about fashion. And for ERA, it's the very core value what we have. We make sure that production and the craftsmanship what we do is zero waste, and try to have mindful whenever we are creating something. Uh, and my whole intention will be to make sure buy key pieces and style in your own way, and repeat as much as you can. And that is sustainability for me.
Ma'am, we know that such a complex endeavor cannot be accomplished alone, and you rely heavily on the weavers and artisans to
Yes.
make sure that this is done. Please tell us, how did you go about finding them? What was the process like?
So discovering a weaver is a process. It's a task. I have used government website, okay, where you can go, and you have all the information of some uh, design, a national awardee, and with all the information, whether it is phone number, what craft they do, and the address, everything is written there. Okay, you can get it from the website. And me and my husband love to travel, so whenever we make sure that whenever we are traveling to different cities, like whether we are going to Chettinad, whether we are going to Banaras, we make sure that I meet them personally, apart from just calling. And that is how when you have a face-to-face interaction, and there you have a trust, and the craft, and you appreciate it. And that's how I have built my whole whoever we are working with.
I have to say, ma'am, one single person, one woman army, as is you are the definition of one woman army. To be able to coordinate with so many different people across India and to be able to bring their designs and their art back to life is very inspiring.
Thank you. I am proud, and we are working with a few clusters of Weaver, and I'm really thankful. They are ready to work, and till now we are quite happy with each other, and we have worked beautifully and created very beautiful stuff.
Ma'am, doing IRA for so long, please tell us what's been your number one challenge.
In spite of having my so much of support from the family, I think the biggest challenge, I say, that self doubt, where I don't want to, I have not put myself out there. You always constantly judging yourself, where I always judge myself. I think that is the main challenge which I have, and I'm working on it, and it's a work in progress.
Oh my God. Ma'am, I think a lot of our viewers are going to be able to relate to that because I think it's very typical of, all artists to kind of feel this in some way. So I think everybody can find inspiration in Bharti ma'am. Uh, Sitting down with you for so long now, I have to say that I am so like your energy is so infectious and I'm feeling so like energetic and I want to do something on my own. I feel like all the dreams which I have, I must start living them. Please tell us, where do you find all this energy from?
Thank you, Kashmira, for such a lovely words. But I think the whole energy comes from what I do, which I am passionate about. Uh, I love what I do. I think that is, and you get up in the morning and every day it's a new thing. And I'm a person who is constantly learning. And I want to learn more every time. Now I want to do AI, okay? So, so it's like, it's never boring in my
Mm.
field where I am in. So maybe there the energy comes from.
So you're always hungry, never
Yeah,
satisfied.
yeah, I know. Never satisfied is one thing, I think.
Yeah, amazing. Ma'am, anybody who's watching the Ira story wouldn't be able to sit still, I can tell you that for sure, and they would find themselves infused with so much of your energy. Anybody watching right now and looking for your advice to how to start living their dream, please tell us what do you have to say to them.
Just do it how a Nike slogan goes, and that's my favorite one. Where if you have a dream or if you have a passion, just do it. If you have not done it, you don't know whether you can achieve it or not. So my advice would be, uh, just do what you love to do and try it out. And if you don't try, in anyways you're a fail, right? So might as well try and then fail if you want to.
Oh my God. That's a lovely advice. And to anybody watching, this is your reminder to start living your dream right now. There's nothing stopping you, and just take the first step, and everything will just start flowing after that. So, thank you so much, Bharti ma'am, for your time and for this lovely journey of Ira. I am personally very touched by your story, by your designs, by the vibe of your house, and I'm just so thankful for spending so much time with us.
Thank you, Kashmira, and thank you, Living My Dreams, for hosting me. I hope that my story is some helpful for some people who are watching. And best of luck for you for your journey.